buckle up, folks, because we're about to take a trip to South Africa. Stellenbosch, to be precise. This place is like the love child of Napa Valley and a charming European village, vineyards galore, buildings older than your nan, and enough delicious food and wine to make you want to wear your stretchiest pants. Consider this your official guide to the top 5 must-visit spots in Stellenbosch, because let's be honest, you're already booking those flights, aren't you? First up, Dorp Street. This place is like stepping into a time machine, but instead of scary dinosaurs, you get adorable cafes and shops. Seriously, they're like the Instagram filters of the building world. Charming, colourful, and begging to be photographed. And the best part, you can actually shop in these historical gems. Forget your boring old souvenirs. We're talking handcrafted leather goods, local art that'll make your living room look less I bought everything from IKEA, and enough quirky trinkets to make your suitcase burst. Just picture yourself strolling down the street, sunshine on your face, a gentle breeze, and bam, a pigeon almost takes you out. Ah, the real charm of Dorp Street. Don't worry, you can grab a coffee and laugh it off at one of the many, many cafes lining the street. Seriously, this place is basically caffeinated heaven. You'll be so hyped up on history and espresso, you'll be ready to tackle, well, at least the next stop on our list. Next, we're diving into the Stellenbosch University Botanical Garden. Now, I know what you're thinking. Plants? Boring. But hold your horses, my friend, because this isn't your grandma's garden, unless your grandma is way cooler than mine. So we're talking exotic plants with names that sound like they belong in a Harry Potter book. Seriously, I swear I saw a fanged fiddlehead fern in there. And don't even get me started on the cacti. They're like these spiky, desert-dwelling comedians of the plant world. Just imagine trying to explain to your friends back home that you saw a flower that looked suspiciously like a toupee. They'd never believe you. But hey, that's the magic of Stellenbosch, folks. Oh, and did I mention they have greenhouses, like full-on greenhouses? It's like a tropical rainforest threw up in there, but in the best way possible. Just try not to get lost in the jungle of ferns and exotic blooms. Or do, because honestly, who wouldn't want to get lost in this place? All right, time to lace up those hiking boots, or your sturdiest sandals, because we're heading to Jonkershoek Nature Reserve. This place is a hiker's paradise with trails for every fitness level. Feeling ambitious, tackle a mountain peak, prefer a leisurely stroll, they've got you covered. Literally, the trails are mostly shaded. But the real stars of Jonkershoek are the wildlife. And by wildlife, I mean baboons. These guys are like the mischievous teenagers of the animal kingdom, always up for a laugh, especially if that laugh involves stealing your picnic lunch. So, word of advice, keep your food close and your sense of humor closer. You might see a baboon casually strolling down the path like he owns the place. And honestly, he kind of does. Just remember, you're a visitor in their home, so be respectful, admire from a safe distance, and whatever you do, do not make eye contact. Just kidding, sort of. But seriously, Jonkershoek is an absolute must-visit, even if it's just to tell your friends you survived an encounter with the baboon mafia. Feeling a bit cultured? Of course you are. Well, get ready to have your mind blown at the Rupert Museum. This place is home to a stunning collection of South African art, from traditional to contemporary. We're talking paintings, sculptures, photography, you name it, they've got it probably. And the best part, you don't need to be an art expert to appreciate it. In fact, I encourage you to come up with your own interpretations. That abstract sculpture, clearly a self-portrait of a very confused giraffe. That landscape painting, definitely inspired by a particularly vivid dream after a cheese and wine night. We've all been there. Just remember to keep your voice down. No flash photography, unless you want to get yelled at by the nice museum people. And whatever you do, don't touch the art. Unless it's one of those interactive installations, then by all means go wild. Just kidding. Please don't go wild. Last but certainly not least, we're finishing our Stellenbosch adventure at the Spear Wine Farm. And let me tell you, this isn't your average vineyard tour. This is an experience. A delicious, boozy experience. Get ready to sip on award-winning wines, learn about the winemaking process. It's way more interesting than it sounds, I promise. And maybe even spit some wine accidentally while laughing at your friend's terrible wine connoisseur impression. And don't even get me started on the food. Think gourmet cheese platters, charcuterie boards that'll make your mouth water, and chocolate pairings that will rock your world. Just try not to eat all the cheese in one go. I speak from experience. By the end of the day, you'll be feeling relaxed, happy, and maybe just a little bit tipsy, the perfect way to end your Stellenbosch adventure. And there you have it, folks, the top 5 must-visit spots in Stellenbosch. From historical streets to hilarious baboons to wine that'll make you say cheers. In every language you can sort of remember, Stellenbosch truly has it all. So what are you waiting for? Book that trip, pack your bags and your stretchiest pants, and get ready for an unforgettable adventure. Just don't blame me when you fall head over heels in love with this charming town. And maybe bring an extra suitcase for all the wine. You've been warned.